For the next part of the project, we're going to need some new resources. So we're going to need some oil pastels. This is the set that I'm using today, but don't worry if you don't have this many, because you'll be blending all the colours and creating new colours as you blend them. So you don't need such a wide range of oranges and yellows. That's absolutely fine. You're also going to need some baby oil, and you're going to need some cotton buds. These are special cotton buds because they have no plastic in them. That means that they are eco-friendly. They're made from bamboo and cotton, and they will biodegrade. And that's really, really important because we don't want to be filling the sea with plastic. So you should remember that your primary colours are blue, yellow and red. And secondary colours are green, purple and orange. Tertiary colours are those that sit in between. So we could say that this pastel is a yellow orange, and we could say that this pastel is a red orange. We could also say that this pastel is a blue green, and this one is a yellow green, and those are called tertiary colours. So what I want to look at today is using two sets of colours, one of which is blue and the other one is orange. And that's because these are at the opposite sides of the colour wheel, because orange is made up of red and yellow and blue sits completely on the other side. And complementary colours, as these are called, are really good for creating contrast. So our fish is going to be orange and our stained glass window effect is going to be blue. What I'm going to begin with is this part of the fish here, and that's because that's mainly orange. But it's quite a dark orange, so I'm just going to start by putting some in here. And I'm going to work quite quickly with this. It's going to come all the way down to about this part of the tail. And one of the reasons that I'm happy to work quite quickly is because I'm going to be adding other colours to it. It's going to come up like this, and then we've got these wonderful lines that are going to come up as well. I'm then going to take my next red orange, which is darker, and I'm going to add to this area here because this is a very dark area here under the fish. Now getting more into yellow orange, and we've got these areas of highlight but mixed in with the orange itself because I don't want them to be too bright just yet. I'm going to need some other colours for that. And my fish has, I'm going to give it some stripes there too, and I'm just using this to lighten up some of the areas. Now I'm going to put my lightest colour down first because it's these are the stripy areas, and it's very easy to put dark over light, but not so easy to put light over dark. That doesn't work quite as well. You can see the fish coming together there. The fish eye in the middle is black, but it does have areas of white round it, and even a tiny bit of pale blue. So I'm just going to put that little bit of pale blue in, and then I'm going to use a sharp bit of my pastel just to catch this area here. All right, now for the fun bit. I'm probably going to add some more oil pastel, but in a moment. The first thing that I want to do is I want to try and blend in what I've already got. So I'm going to need my cotton buds. This is where it gets exciting. And I'm going to dip my cotton bud in my baby oil, just a little bit, I don't want a lot. And then I'm going to rub it in little circular movements on my fish, and I'm going to let the colours blend together, because what this does is it adds oil and that loosens the pigment in the oil pastels. Now pigment is the colour, and they're called oil pastels because the binding, what holds the colour together, is oil. When we add more oil to that, that binding becomes loose and we can begin to blend colours together, which is why I said you don't need to have lots and lots of different colours for this, because you'll be blending. So I've started to blend in to create a bit of shadow, and I'm just turning around my cotton bud because I don't want to get the darker area where it's lighter here. I want to be really careful and keep the colours lighter, and I'm just for the moment using little circular movements, and that's beginning to blend these colours together. But I am also being careful because I don't want to lose too much of my highlighted areas. And so for instance, if I blend orange into this yellow area and I'm not very careful, I'll actually lose the yellow altogether. Now if your cotton bud seems to get very soggy, then stop using it because it will make everything really blurred. I'm going to leave, I think. I'm just going to dab these bits because I think I'd like to leave a bit of the white of the paper in these bits here. At the top, I like it to look a little bit like the light is catching the fish just there. Now you can see that I've added some more colours to the head here, and I'm doing this slightly differently, whereas before I was using circular movements. With this part of the head I'm more using long drawn out movements because I want to keep the lines that I've drawn in. I'm just going to leave the head at that for the moment. I'm going to go back and I'm going to add one or two darker areas here because it needs to catch the light a little bit, but I'm going to just hang fire on that and just wait for a moment while I just finish doing the other bits first.